Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Today is the last class for our session. We are going in a slower pace for this class. So when you get into level 3, it's still not a game yet. We still need to finish what we have left out for level 2. Um, So if you wanted to continue and you do not be disappointed there, and you expect that you can start to do Python gaming, actually we still have some more class to do for this level. Okay. All right. So let me move to my slides. Let me share my screen. All right. So last week we stopped here. We finished the time. And then you see if you give it a number and then you create the local time, you will get a time object. Okay, this actually is just an integer number. It is the seconds past the epoch time. Does anyone remember when is the epoch time? If you remember, can you type in the chat window? When is the epoch time? It is January 1st. Okay, good pattern. Thank you. January 1st, 1970. Okay. So this many seconds is the second past from that moment. Okay. So let me do one more slide and then we will go some small quizzes. Okay. So this one. Can you try to set a negative value for this? Can you guys do that? Type in something in your PyCharm. Can we do this? So let me also give you the code and you can try that, okay? All right, can we do this? So let me just print this out, okay? Can you give it a negative number? You cannot, right? So remember, okay? When you create a local time or a time, and then you cannot use a negative number. So that means you cannot get the time before the epoch time. Then that's a problem, right? We do have time that is before the epoch time. So then what do we do? What can we do? So let me give you this one. Okay, try this one now. So this is the time before the epoch time. And then let's try that. Okay, you see I use time, strp time, just actually it's a string time, or you just use a string. And then you give it the format. Okay, and you print it out. So you say you get a time, that is the year of 1. It's way before the epoch time, right? So you can use that to form a time. that is before the epoch time. All right, so let me come back to my slides. Just remember, no year can be less than 1. So no BCS in the Python, okay? If you use the time, you import the time, and you do coding in Python, you cannot get a time that is a year before the year of 1. Okay, you cannot get it. Just remember that. Okay, are you guys ready? Let's do some quick, small quiz. And I want you guys to give me the answer in the chat window, okay? So let me move to the first one. What is the answer? I got one answer, 2, 3, I missed 1. Okay. The right answer is B. That's the format of ASC time. Okay. If you count the characters, you have 24 characters. So that's a 24 character, of course, including spaces. 24 character ASC time format. Okay. If you use ASC time, it will be look like that. So if you wanted to try this, let me just copy the code and run it, and then you will see the result. So let me do this. Let me save my code, and then now let me run it. I save my code and then run it. Oh, I did not print it out. Let me print it out. You see, this is what it looks like. First is the weekdays, okay? Then the month. So that's why it's B. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So let me get the chat window back. Let me just do it separate here, so I can take your answers first. And so let me come to the next one. What is the answer for this one? I got 2 answers. 3, 4, 5, 1 more. I need 2 more actually. 2 more answers. Okay. And still waiting for 1 more student to respond. Okay. So the right answer is D in the April. Can you tell me why it is D? You have the right answer.
I actually didn't really know why it was D. I tried it in PyCharm. The only difference I noticed from the last one was that it was missing the 2 zeros at the end.
Right. Actually, you are right. This is on purpose to trick you, you know. Why? Because when we talk about time, it's a 9 number tuple, right? Count this. How many do we have? Only have 7, right? The time, if it's a structured time, structured, so numbers, total number is 9. So if I go there, you see I have the 2 zeros here. Okay. And then you know what does the 2 zeros mean. So if you go back, let me move back, okay, to that 9. Okay. You say you just missed those 2, okay? The 7 and the 8. All right, so let's move on. That's a good guess, April. You are good and you're very careful. You saw the difference. All right, so let's do another one. True or false? Let me put it separate here. One answer. I only get 1 answer so far. 2. Three. I need 3 more. 2 more. Where's Hunter? He got dropped off. Okay, I only have 4 answers so far. I expected 2 more. Okay, actually 1 more because Hunter get dropped off. All right, so let me ask Kathleen. You get the right answer. So can you explain me why B is the right answer?
I tried it in PyCharm and I got an error, so it's false.
Okay. So I see that pertinently you also get the right answer. Can you explain?
I think it's because right after T, there's no space.
Okay. So then Alexia, so why you think B is the right answer?
I don't know if this is correct, but because they're different variables, even though they equal the same thing.
Okay. All right. So that means I needed to explain to the class. So when we use time method, right? This time method here. Okay, this part. Let me do this part. Okay, if you use this one, that means you ask the system to read your computer clock. If you provide a number here, then it will use that number to calculate. If you do not use the number, then this method will go to read your clock. Okay, so you read the clock and now you say it's like 10 seconds past. And then you read the clock again, it's 10.00000001. Even though it's a very small difference, but it's a different time. It is a different time. So that's why they will not be equal. So if you do these things in your code, one is before, one is next, then the time is different. And though you use the same method, because that method will force your application to read the system clock. Does it make sense? Does it make sense to you, Jeffrey? Okay. Good. All right. So let's move on to learn something new. I don't know what happened to Hunter. He still did not get on it. All right. So today we're going to learn calendar. We learn the time, and the calendar is a browser of time. Okay. So why do we need to use calendar? The calendar module gives a wide range of the methods to play with yearly and the monthly calendars. The functions and the classes defined in this module use an idealized calendar. The current Gregorian calendar extended indefinitely in both directions. Year 0 is 1 BC, year -1 is 2 BC, and so on. Okay, so what does it mean? So let's just try something. So let me move to the next slide. So here we can print a calendar for a given month, January 2018. Okay, so January 2018, let's see how it happened. So let me give you the code and I want you guys to run it, and then you can appreciate the result, what it looks like. All right. So you have the code. I want you to run it. So I'll copy the code and then I put into my PyCharm So let me explain it to you. So you, just like what we do with time, you need to import time. Here you need to import a calendar, right? So I put a calendar, then the month. Okay, it's 2018 and January. And then you just print out the calendar, okay? So here is the calendar, and then we print out the calendar. So you see how straightforward it is. You just put the year, the month. All right, so let me run it. Do you see something like this? See how quickly you can get a calendar, right? Can you guys go ahead and try different year, different months? You can try this month of this year and then compare the calendar with the calendar you have. See if they are the same or not. Right, Alexia, does it look like the same as the one shown on your computer? All right, so you see, you can give the year and you see, okay, this place is for you to give the year. This place is for you to give the month. And then you use the calendar dot month, okay? So let me just move on and do a little bit more. So okay, so let me give you this URL, and I want you to spend like 2 minutes to read this website. This help us understand what a calendar module can do. Okay, so then you will see when we put a calendar dot calendar. Okay. And then calendar dot month. So what does it mean? You need to spend like 2 minutes to read the website. Just skim the website quickly. Okay, you see, this is what we use, right? In our example, calendar.month for the month. All right, so let me move on, then I'll come back. And then let me give you this code. I want you to run it. And I will ask you a question. I hope you So let me save it. Let me run this. Oh, what does this mean? Why print out so many things for me? Yes, Alexia.
It prints out the calendar for the whole year and every month.
Yeah, then can you tell me what does this mean? You guys go back to the website and then come back and tell me what it means. Or you can go to change those values, see what it looks like. Okay, let me change this to 10, change this to 5, and change this to 1, see what it looks like. Whoa, why it looks like this? So you guys go back just to search calendar.calendar. And then find out what does it mean. So that is here, right? Pretty much tells you the layout of the calendar and the space between those numbers. Okay, and the text. Okay, so the width and how many lines, how many columns, something like that. Okay. All right. So let's move on then. Let's move on. So I want you guys to look at this application. You see, I want to get it each every month and print it out using calendar. So this is the code. It is very simple, right? Then I will ask you guys to do an exercise. Okay, I give you this code and you guys go to run it. Okay, I have my code here and I run it. You see, I get the 12 months and I print it out. Do you get this result? Good. So if you get this result, Hunt, are you back? Let me check. Hunt, are you okay?
Yeah, my internet cut out on me.
So you can follow with me, right? You can follow,
Yeah.
right? Okay, good.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. All right. So now let me ask you guys to do an exercise. Write code to print out all wicked names one by one. Give you 5 minutes and go ahead and do that. And if you finish there, once you put your hands on, and raise your hand on the participants list. Okay, so let me give you this. Let me also copy this requirement, access requirement, so you can see it in the chat window. That's right, Kathleen. Who do I miss? I have Alexia, April, Kathleen, Ryan, and Hunt. Okay. All right. You need to go to the website and find out how can I get the weekday names. The example I give to you is to get the month name, right? And you need to go to find out how do you get the weekday name. So spend 5 minutes doing this. If you figure it out, if you change my code, it only takes you like 1 minute. So I want you guys to go to that website, find out. All right, I got a lecture finished and I wanted to give the class 1 more minute. So then I will get you to share your work to me. All right, so let me stop sharing and a lecture and want you to share to me. Cool. You're very smart. You find it. Yeah, you stay name, then you can print it. The name of the week. Very good work, Alexia. Thank you. All right, so let's move on. So let me share my screen again. Okay, so this time we want to have some fun with the calendar, but it is a little bit more involved. So I really want you guys to follow me. Okay, you follow me carefully. So we wanted to create an HTML formatted calendar. It's like a website. You put the calendar on the website, okay? And save the output to an HTML file and see the result. Pay attention to Thursday. So you see, use calendar Thursday here. And then I will ask you guys to try something different, okay? First thing, so let me give you this code first. Okay, you just get this code and run it. So let me paste this code here and I run it. So I want you to follow me closely, okay? So I'm running this code. So let me save the code and run it. And you see I get so much output here, right? So look at my screen. I highlighted this and I copy it And then now I open my notepad, okay, notepad. And then I put all the output here. So these are all the output. Go ahead and do this first. You all go ahead and do this. If you have question, you need to speak up because when I do this, I'm not monitoring the chat window. And also I do not see the video. So I may not be able to notice it. Only if you speak up, then I can catch it, okay? So go to, yes,
Can we copy it into Drive?
copy what?
So you want us to copy the output, right?
Yeah,
Can we put it in like a docs?
not a doc. If you put it in a Word document, then it's not good. You know how to get a notepad? You if you are using Windows, you just type in a notepad. It must be in a text editor tool. Word has a lot of format in it. So you just type in the search window of Windows here, type in notepad, then it will be good. Or you can just click on this, and if you scroll down, and I'm not sure if you can see accessories, let me see. Let me see. Do you guys have notepad?
I have notes.
Okay, notes should be okay, I believe. Or notes, you are using Apple, right? MacBook.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so once you do that, now you need to follow me, okay? Put your cursor here and hit enter twice. You can hit enter more. I just need to leave some space here. Then I type in HTML, and then I type in body. Okay, type in two things here. Then I copy these two tags. And then in the end of it, and you paste it here. But look at my screen, you put the backslash here, backslash here. You're in, oh, so I needed to change the order of it. So I need to move this part in the end, right? So you see this backslash body close this tag, okay? This backslash HTML, okay, close this, open HTML. You see they look like that. So you have an open one, have a closing one. So if you have this, then now what you need to do, you click a file, save as. You save it to a location you can remember. For me, I need to save to C drive, and then I save to the temp folder. I will just change this. You need to pay attention here. I changed it to Python calendar. You can give it a different name. That is okay, but you need to type in .htm. And then come to this drop-down list and choose all files. Looks like this. Okay.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you please show how to save it one more time?
All right. So let me do that. So go to the file menu and say save as. Okay. and then go to the location that you have access and you can remember. I just save it in my E drive temp folder. But type in the name that makes sense to you. Let me just type my name, okay? I say fun calendar. Whatever you want to name it, it's okay. But type in the file name, type in .htm, okay? And then in this drop down list, you need to make sure it's in all files. So it will be saved a file as HTML file. Okay, so after I save this, now look at my screen. I go to my E drive, go to my temp folder. Give it a second so it can display all the files in my temp folder. So I will, if I sort it by date, okay. You see, I have the fun calendar.html file here, right? And if I double click on it, you see what will happen. Oh, you see, I have a calendar on the website. I use a browser to view this calendar. And you see, the fun thing is that the calendar starts with Thursday, all right? You guys follow me? Or you get lost? You need to save it a file, but the file extension is .html. Do not save it as a text file, okay? Because those output is HTML tags. HTML tags, okay? You have question? You get lost?
I got lost in the last part. So you opened it in your files, and then where'd you go to see it as a calendar?
Do you remember where you saved it?
Yes, I opened it in my files, but when I open it, it's still the output.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Can you share yours to me? Okay, can you go to the place you saved it? Do not close this one yet. Oh, you close, okay. All right, so, okay, close it. So, all right, so let me see. All right, can you open it again? Double click on it and go to the file menu and save as. Okay. All right. Now you could do not change anything. Go to the drop down list, the text document, drop down list, go move down. Yeah. Choose all files. Save it. Yeah, just see. All right. Why? Click save as again? Or there are two things you need to change before you do that. Change something here. So Hunter, you see in the end of the document, right? It's a body. Oh, can you open it again? Yeah, in the end of your document, it's body. Can you move the body before HTML because you need to close body first, right? Yeah, then in the study, okay, yeah, type in slash, yeah, body, yes, and then yeah, you're right. Now go to save as, save as. Do you have? I think you have a, yeah, choose all files. Do not click that yet because I see an issue here. You have a space between the dot and HTML. Can you remove that in the file name? In the file name, remove that space between dot and the HTML. Remove it. Yeah. Okay. Now save it. All right. Now close it. Now can you open that one? The one below. Yeah, that's that's the one you just created. Yeah, whatever you wanted to use. Yes, choose it and click OK. Do you get it? Does it make sense? Hunter? Does it make
Yeah.
sense to you?
Yes.
All right. So now I want you guys to do something fun. Okay. You remember how you did it, right? Can you do a calendar start with Sunday? Here you say start with Thursday. Start with Sunday and put it this month, this year. And then do an HTML file. And then I want you to show me the website. And I want you to do that. And I give you 5 minutes to do it, okay? If you finished it, you can raise your hand on the participants list. And then you need to change the year and the month as well. I want you to do this year, this month. Good. So I got 2 students finished already. So Kathleen, do you want to share yours? You just open your website and then show me the result.
My PyCharm.
You do not have to show me the PyCharm. You just show the result. They're using like a Internet Explorer or web browser, like a Chrome or Firefox, whatever. And then you can show me the calendar. Are you ready?
Not yet.
All right, then the pattern, yes. Can you share your result to me?
Not this one. I shared the wrong one. Sorry. Let me get the right one.
Okay, that's okay.
That's the wrong one. Oops. This is the right one. There you go.
Yes, you say March 2021. You started with Sunday, and today is the 1st of March, and it's Monday. Very good work, Patton. All right. So how about you, Katini? You finished it?
Not yet.
All right. So I will give you 1 more minute to do it. So how about you, Ryan? Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Can you share yours? Cool. Oh, you're still the old month. Can you share the calendar starting with Sunday? And then this year, this month? Katini, can you share your screen to me? Oh, okay. You said did not work yet. Okay, I did not got that. So how about your April? Does it work for you? Or Hunter, you get it done. Good. Can you share it to me? Hunter. Very good. Very good work. All right. So I do not have enough time, so I need to move on to finish the slides left. So let me just move on. So now we are going to learn something new. Yes, I can. All right. So to handle date and time more effectively, you see that time, if we use time, we even cannot get the time before the epoch time. We cannot get in the year before BC, right? So that's why Python give you something else to handle it. So Python provide another module called date time. Please spend 2 minutes and read carefully on its types. So when we say types, this concept we have not learned yet, but I will work with you together on it. Okay. So go ahead and read this for 2 minutes. This is not time. It's not a calendar. The module is called a date time. So I really want you guys to pay attention to read this section at least. Finish reading this section. And this is a very important type called a time delta. So you can do calculation using time delta. All right. So come back. So let me give you this code and then let's try something. Okay, so let me run my code here. Come on. Already do not like this formatting thing. Okay. Okay, you see, I imported data time, and if I use data time, if I use null, it will go to read the clock, read your system clock, and let's see what is printed out. Okay, you see, it's print out this, and then the year, the month, the Monday. You see, you can use this to control it. So it's very convenient. Very convenient. That's good. Okay. You can use x dot year. So you use a data time dot now. So data time dot now. What does it mean? So let's just go to take a look at. Okay. Let's just do a search. You see now what you get. You returns the current local date and time. So that's why it's what you got. Local date and time. You can get the year, you can get the week days, and this is the formatting we talked about before, right? All right, so let's move on to the next slide and do it quickly. So here we can use the numbers to build a data time. And this is more powerful than the one we use time, right? If we use time, then we need to use the formatting. We need to tell the system what is the format it looks like. You see here, you just give the numbers like that. You will get the year, and you will get the month, and you will get the date. So let me give you this code as well, and you can try it. Miss Key, I will make you the host, so you can take care of the people in the waiting room.
Sure, thank you.
All right, so let me just run this code. Let me give you this code as well. Go ahead and then try to run it. Why it gives me this trouble all the time? All right. Okay, so let me print this out. That is, you see, I get this object. This is a data time object. Okay. So let's just do a little bit more. So let me just do a little bit more. So okay, time before epoch. If I use data time, you see it's easier to get that. So what do you use? You use a time delta. Time delta can be something you can do the calculation. You can use plus. So you say I use negative. So that's why I will get it dead. That is before the epoch time. So let me give you this code. And then, of course, you see, this is something that you are not familiar. We will talk about that in the next level, okay? We'll talk about that. Go ahead and run this. And if you are not familiar with this line of statement, because this is advanced one, that means you import data time delta. So you from the data time to import it. So you got this object, this class, and you say use time delta, then you can use a negative value, and you see this negative values for seconds. Then now you see what we got. If I print out, you say I got a time before the epoch time this way. If you give it a positive number, then it will be a year after the epoch time, right? That's obvious. But it does have the maximum value. So can you try this? So data time still has a minimum and a maximum value it can support. So please find out the minimum and maximum value. Actually, it is from 1 to 9,999 years. It does not have BC time as well. So you can use this one. Let me just give you this code. Okay? Let me give you this code. And coming here, just replace these two, okay? These two lines of code. So let me give you that code. I give this to you, and then now let me print out X. Okay, see what I got. Do you see what I got? I got a big problem because the data is out of range. It's larger than 9,999. So if I delete this 0, then I will get a good answer. You see, that will be this year. Okay. So if I add a 0 to it, I get a problem. So it's still having the maximum value and the minimum value. Okay. So you see that. All right, the maximum value and minimum value, that's the range. Okay. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is just to give you an idea. So the time module is principally for working with system timestamps expressed as a floating point number taken to be seconds since the epoch time. The data time module can support many of the same operations, but provides a more object-oriented set of types, and also has some limited support for time zone. Okay. All right. So that's what I have for today. And this is the last class for this session. So let me stop recording and return the class back to Mr. He.
Hi,